Learners, my name is CPA Ringo Frederick. I teach Advanced Management Accounting at mDarasa Digital College. Today's segment, I want us to look at something on Advanced Management Accounting. And the concept that I want us to look at today is a concept that I realized majority of the students still have an issue with the same. And it's all about, talk about regression analysis. And the regression analysis that I want us to talk about today, this is all about multiple regression analysis, where we're about what? Multiple regression analysis. Recall in our coursework, studying regression analysis, we talked about simple linear, and also for those who are attending our classes at mDarasa, we've also talked about the multiple regression analysis. So just a quick overview on what we did. Remember, this is one of the statistical method of cost estimation. The whole idea, it is on a cost estimation. So what you need to understand every time we are talking about regression is that we normally consider the following. That is simple linear regression analysis. Yeah, talk about simple linear regression analysis. We normally tend to talk about the multiple regression analysis, multiple regression analysis, multiple regression analysis, and we also talk about what? The appraisal of regression, appraisal of regression. So these are the key components that you will always be required to understand when you're dealing with regression at Advanced Management Accounting. Our focus today mainly will be on the multiple regression analysis, and I want us to look at a question which was attested in April 2025, and this was question number 4B. This is what I want us to look at today. I'll share the question with us. I believe it will be very visible. For those who can manage to access the question, just check April 2025. This is the last sitting question, and I believe that this question is very visible. I've just shared it on my screen. I believe it's very visible for us. So let us go through this question together and see what will be required to do. We're told that Global Logistics Limited has two operating segments, a Longonot division and Zoea division. Longonot division orders most of its consignment of intermediate product from Zoea division using economic order quantity EOQ model. The managers of each division are given considerable autonomy in transfer pricing policies. Longonot division managers want to use multiple linear regression analysis to evaluate the significance of independent variables on materials handling cost of its consignment. The finance director of Global Logistics Limited has availed the following data for Longonot division for the past 10 months. So we're given the material handling, the number of orders, number of kilograms ordered. So already you can see that we have two variables which are purely, of course, independent, number of orders and number of kgs. So we're told that the computer output is as follows, where we're given the summary output of regression statistics, we're given the multiple R, we're given that is of course coefficient of determination R square, adjusted R square, standard error, we're given observations. So if you check standard error and the aspect of coefficient of determination, all these are in the element that we did earlier on in regard to appraisal of regression analysis, where we also talked about what? The analysis of variances here. So analysis of variance, of course, you're given degree of freedom, sum of square, mean square, and we're given also F statistics. The parameters estimate table is as follows. We're given variable coefficient, standard error, T ratio value, X variable you're given, X variable 2 we're also given. Look at this case. The good examiner wants us to, number one, to write down the multiple linear regression function y is equal to a plus bx1, b1 x1 and plus b2 x2. Supposing the month of April 2025, long-run division expected to over 350 orders with 17,000 kgs of materials ordered. Predict the total material handling cost for April 2025. We also told that we had to compute the values of missing letters W and Z. Explain the significance regression statistics output R square of 0.9998841. Based on the T ratio value, explain whether the number of orders or number of kilograms ordered is more significant in predicting the total material handling cost. Yeah, and those are the marks that we're given. So clearly here at this point, it will be important for us to remember what Mwalimu guided us, and I'll just take you back, of course, to what we did in relation to the same. So just quizzing this question somewhere here. So you'll find that number one thing that we need to understand when dealing with such is that whenever we are dealing with multiple regression compared to the simple linear regression will always be talking about y is equal to a plus bx. These are simple linear. Well, we know very well that this is always our, just a quick reminder, a, or we start with the component of y. Just a very quick reminder. Y, we said this will always give us what? Dependent variable. This will give us our dependent variable, okay? Or simply, this is of course the total cost. We have A, which will always give us, of course, these are our constant, or many a times we normally refer to it as of course a part of our intercept. These are our intercept. These are constant, or simply refer to it as what? The fixed cost. Then we have, of course, B. B is always our slope, or the variable that we're looking at. Then we have, of course, aspect of, you can also refer to it as variable cost per unit. This is a variable cost per unit, you see. Then we have X. X in this context, my good students, you're looking at the case, which is simply the number of units, or simply independent variable, okay? So these are what we need to understand. So you'll find that in our quest here, when we are talking about multiple linear regression, the whole thing will be, I'll have two variables, y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 plus b3 x3, continue like that. This is what will give us our multiple linear regression analysis. So in our question here, the good examiner simply wants us to determine our case, which is a simple linear, or rather multiple regression analysis. And this is what you are told. It will be easy for us to just identify that fact very easily by looking at the following items. A, we said A is our intercept. I want you guys to take your eyes in note number 3. 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 So number 3, we're told that intercept, we have under our coefficient. So you can all agree that we are taking here a value of y to be equal to our intercept, which is A, 547.3097. We add our variable, which is B, being our slope, variable x, a variable 1, we have 7.835 x1, you can take the full value, we have plus the other variable, which is 0.10 7181 71 x2. See, this is now our equation, or take them in full. Take them in full. You can as well take them in full value, whereby instead of 4 decimal places, and actually that is what I want us, maybe you can take that in full, only that my space here, let me try squeeze it, okay? Let me try squeeze it somewhere here, so that you just take it in full. I want us to take the variables in full. So we're having our y, which will be equal to 507.3097 to be consistent. We have 7.83, 5162, that should be x1. We add 0.1071, 81, x2. See? So what we've done simply, we have presented our equation. The first thing that the good examiner wanted us to do, this is what you're supposed to do. We're through with that. Part 2 of the question, if at all you can check part 2 of the question, see what we were asked on part 2. If at all we all go to part 2 of the question, is what you asked. So part 1, write down the multiple linear regression function y is equal to a plus b1x1 plus b2x2. So that's the equation. Suppose in the month of April 2025, Longonot division expected to have 350 orders with 17,000 kilograms of material ordered. Predict the total material handling cost for April 2025. So if at all we check our variables, the good examiner here told us what? That in our case, the finance, we were told like there's an item where we're told material handling. We have number of orders, number of course, orders is x1, number of orders kilogram ordered is x2. So our first variable is number of orders, and number of orders here we're given 350. So come to our equation, what we will be required to do then, it is easy. These are what we will be required to do, of course. This is what we'll be required to do. We come and take our equation, which is y is equal to 547.3097. We add 7.83, 5162. We multiply by x1. x1, which is the number of orders, and you're given what? The number of orders to be 350. So you multiply here by 350. We're going to add 0.107181. We multiply by x2, which is the number of kilograms. We're given 17,000. So we multiply by 17,000. So once we have that case, my good students, and Mwalimu is not going to multiply for us this, or you say Mwalimu to do everything, right? So whatever value that you're going to get here, then this will be your total cost. That will be our total cost. So the whole idea here in regard to multiple linear regression is for us to be able to understand that we are talking of more than one variable, right? This is what we need to understand. So the other part, I'll want you also to join me in the next session, where we are going to handle the component as Mwalimu had mentioned, that is all about appraisal of regression analysis. So appraisal of regression will always talk about the concept of the standard error. We'll always tend to talk about the concept of coefficient of determination. We'll also be talking about the concept of analysis of variances, which I want you to join me in the next session. Remember, for more of these classes, you can always get them in our platform, either by downloading our phone application or simply just go to your browser, app.mdarasa.com. After this video, I'm going to add an extension of the video which can guide you on how you can log into this platform and get all my classes there. which they have been topically arranged, and it should be very easy for you to follow the same. I teach advanced management accounting at mDarasa. I also teach advanced taxation. These are on the advanced level, and all the other papers that you wish to take. So at this point, guys, thank you so much, and see you in our next session. Bye-bye. This is a video guide on how you can go about mDarasa e-learning platform. For those students who don't have an account and probably is the first time you're accessing the application and you're using your PC, so this is what you need to do. You go to your browser, then you do app.mdarasa.com. This is a link, app.mdarasa.com. So once it is open, we'll be taken to this page. The beauty part with our application is that you can download it on your PC, so that at any given point you need to access, you don't need to go to your browser. And the question is, how will you access that? You see this point here, and our tab, the point that I'm circling here, a computer with a download icon. If you click this icon, it will tell you to install this application on your PC. So you just click install, so that in the event that you need to access, you don't need to go to your browser at any given point in time. So after that, of course, the first process is to create an account. You're a student, you're very new, don't have an account. You fill in all these details. For the aspect of password, make sure it's just a combination of a special character, caps, and lowercase. Special character is like end, comma, at. These are special characters. So you just agree, then you create your account. So that's the first step. After you've created your account, you'll be able to log in. So there are two ways that you can log in. You can either log in using your phone, or you can log in using your email. So it is upon you to select which one will suit you best. So if at all you're using our phone, then I'll just log in using my phone. That is, of course, after you have created your account. So, of course, I'll be welcome to the app, and this is the interface. So we have various forms. Today, I'll take you straight to probably the course that you're doing. Say, for example, you're doing CPA, you're doing ATD. In this case, you can literally search, or maybe you scroll to what you're doing, assuming you're doing a CPA. So the first stage is to click Get Started. Then you click Start Learning. So under Start Learning, at this point, it is upon you to go to the unit that you want to select. You can see we have the coursework, revisions, like virtual recorded. So you need a coursework at this point, because from this coursework, we'll also get the live virtual recorded. So maybe I want to study financial reporting. So I'll just search financial. Maybe reporting. These are what I need. See? So under financial reporting, you can see we have advanced, and we have financial reporting and analysis. I need to study this. So you just click on the image at that point, and the steps of accessing it is very easy. All you need to do, of course, is to place your number. In this case, this is you'll get a push notification, and you just insert your PIN. PAP. Alternatively, you can also do what? You can also follow the procedures indicated on, of course, if at all you want to do it manually, you can use the procedure indicated below each unit. And once you've paid, everything is automated. You just need to refresh. Once you have refreshed, there you go. You have your unit, of course, being open. So after you have managed to subscribe and pay for the unit, then this is how the look will be inside the course. So inside the course, these are how the look will be. We have a various segment. We have part one of our segment is the class notes. So on this case, you'll be able to access the revision, of course, materials. The same case that we've given you guide on how to go about the same. There is part of notes where you'll be able to download. Say maybe you want to download these past papers, you can easily press that point, and there you go. You'll be able to download, of course, the past papers, which you can literally download it on your PC. See? So after that bit, of course, you can go to the other part. The other part is live recorded classes. The classes that are currently ongoing for this current semester, you'll be able to get the same. So for example, like we are in semester 1, 2025, and so far we've gone up to lesson 4 in financial management. You can literally get whatever that we've been doing, of course, in class in relation to the same, whereby you can simply open. There you go. You can easily follow what we've been doing in class. In addition to that, the advantage is that we've also given you access to the classes that we did last semester. So you can easily follow it up in the event that you want to revise further. Then we are not stopping there. Again, you'll be able to access now all the videos for all the topics all at once. You want to decide, you decide that you want to study in advance. Maybe you want to go straight to, say, like working capital management. If you go to working capital management, that is topic number 9. All you need to do is to go to the unit you want to study. There you go. There you go. See, easy way on how you can always study. The beauty, you want to watch offline. You don't need to worry. You just right click on the video, then you save your video as. This will save, of course, on your PC. So these are the easy steps on how you can go about, of course, our application. And I believe it is very easy, very smooth, and you're going to enjoy this journey with us. So at that point, make sure you explore mDarasa platform, and I'm very sure definitely you're going to love it as it has helped a lot of students like you. To that point, thank you so much and see you then. Bye bye.